Today we're going to talk about two things that Dan Goldman does perfectly to wreck lying Republican fools. And I mean every one of them. Everyone! Before I give you those two things, let's watch the video.
600 mass shootings, far more people. And we're supposed to be talking here about vandalism. Give me a break. You can't sit here, Mr. Harrison. You were an employee of the Department of Homeland Security. And I want to get to that in a minute. You can't even acknowledge what your own agency said, that the biggest domestic terror threat is white nationalism, white supremacy. You're trying to get us, gaslight us up here as if Antifa, which Mr. Rosas, apparently the expert now in organized terrorist activity, has overruled the FBI director who says, there's a headline, says Antifa is an ideology, not an organization. No. Let's not listen to the FBI director. Let's listen to, what's your title? Senior writer at Town Hall, who is going to tell us that the FBI director is wrong. And I'd like to introduce, there's no question. I'd like to introduce, by unanimous consent, an AP article saying the FBI director says Antifa is an ideology, not an organization.
Without objection, so ordered.
Can I respond to that?
No, you cannot. I didn't ask a question.
It's the gentleman's time. He can spend it any way he chooses.
Mr. Erickson, you went to a meeting at the White House on December 18th, 2020, did you not?
I'm not sure which meeting you're speaking of.
So I can tell you this as somebody who used to go on and do all those crazy TV debates on MSNBC and Fox, and especially Fox, but Republicans have a couple tricks, and one of them, and Dan Goldman knows this and is very good at this, is they filibuster. They never shut up. They realize that they can throw out enough half-facts and out-of-context quotes and numbers that don't make sense. It's basically a sea of bullshit they throw your way. And they know if they can do that, Democrats will often just sit there meekly and let them keep talking. Dan Goldman, as you saw, does not do that. The guy tried to jump in and said, "Can I respond?" And he said, No, you cannot. I didn't ask you a question," which was perfect. Which is what every Democrat should say when one of these guys tries to cut in and pump the conversation full of their bullshit to try to get some disinformation in there and make the Democratic argument weaker. He will not let them filibuster. He will not let them get it and share their garbage. Two, and just as importantly, he mocks them because you're sending a message to people watching that they're a joke, that they try to put themselves up next to real people, in this case, the FBI, and pretend that their opinion, whoever the hell they are, is as serious as the head of the FBI. And what does Dan Goldman do? He shows you who this guy is. He says, what the head of the FBI says about Antifa doesn't matter. We should be listening to you, the head writer at Town Hall, or lead writer at Town Hall. It's online right-wing crack is what it is. It's garbage. So again, two things there, right? You don't let them filibuster, you mock them. Dan Goldman is an expert at both of these things. You need to see more of him.